Good morning, guys. Today I've decided to take the bike to work. This will actually be the first time I'm taking it to work. First, I got some goodies from Nelson Rig. They were kind enough to send me out a tank bag, which will come in use, and a set of their bags. I'm excited to try these out. These will be a nice little upgrade. I don't think I'll throw these on today, but very soon. This should just throw on pretty simple. Oh yeah, that's totally an adventure bike. Alright, let's push it out. I should probably check the tires. Of course, there's no way I'm going to work and not bringing my coffee. So I tried this once before and it worked out, so I'm going to try it again. If anything, I'll just end up with a bag full of coffee. Hey, I got sunglasses in here. Oh yeah, that'll work. You can tell it's been a while, so. So I just posted a poll on my Instagram last night, and it's ever since I made the video reviewing my car and talking about what my other choices were. And it was between like a new car, LS swapping the FRS, or building like a muscle truck. And ever since I made that video, it's like I think I subconsciously almost persuaded myself that I wanted a muscle truck. And it's not like my first time ever thinking this. I've actually wanted a truck for a long time, and I've just always been fascinated by muscle trucks, especially ever since I saw Motor Trend's C10. That truck just kind of showed me that truck to me more than, you know, drag trucks or monster trucks and such. So I've always had this idea in the back of my head of having like a cool race truck, and they exist. I mean, they're out there. It's not something new again. Like everything out there, everything's already been done, but you can't let that stop you. So now I've been having the very candid conversations with Jess on, you know, if I wanted to get a truck, do I need to sell the FRS? And I mean, we're kind of split. We could get rid of it and make it easier if we didn't get rid of it. It, you know, would put a little strain on my finances, because obviously I'll pay for it, but I don't make enough money to really cater to that many vehicles. I mean, I've definitely downsized to this, and this is like a $3,000 Sportster, so it's something I can easily afford and it doesn't hurt the bank account. And I hate to have the money talk, but money is very real. That is like something you have to take into account. I don't know. I'm going to think about it for a while, because I don't want to get rid of the FRS. I like the FRS. I would like to build the FRS up more, but I mean, like all of my projects, I've always had to make that sacrifice. Like, okay, how far do I want to take this car and pursue this platform? Or, you know, I've got my toe wet. I got to experience a little bit of the world. Let's jump onto something else. And it's just one of those conversations I've had to have with myself so many times. And all I've really ever wanted is, you know, a garage full of projects, and I want to build bikes and just have, you know, lots of projects. And that kind of segues into why I've always wanted a truck, is you can haul shit. And for the hobbies I want to do, I need to haul shit. Like, I want to build, like, you know, tables and furniture, and I want to do house projects, and that requires hauling materials. And, you know, I'd like to be able to throw a bike in the bed of the truck and, you know, run it down to a buddy's shop and do work or bring it home and transport stuff. And that's one of the main reasons why I want a truck, because my long-term goal, I think, is I've always wanted to be able to fabricate my own stuff for projects, whether it be cars, bikes, whatever, even, you know, working on friends' vehicles. I want to be able to haul materials. It's a very real thing. It's like a stepping stone that I need to, I guess, get or obtain. So that's my main reason why I want a truck. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. But I have, first I gotta actually find a truck. And I mean, it's funny enough, I found a really nice one this morning. It's right at the top of my budget, especially if I was gonna sell the FRS. And it's even tighter if I wanted to keep the FRS. So, I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying to get to the point where I want less and, you know, need less. And I'm just happy with what I have, but it's you know, it's never that easy. The weather in Ohio is something crazy. I mean, it's been blasting humidity, like 88, 92 degrees, and then yesterday we had a storm come through, and right now it is 60 degrees in this morning, and I think the high today is 69. So I kind of looked outside and I was like, yep, okay, today is the first day I'll be riding my bike to work, and I'm so glad I did, because this is perfect riding weather. Oh, this is fun. All I need to do is turn right here. So, something I kind of want to touch on that I've never talked about, and it's kind of weird to talk about because I'm not exactly ashamed of it now, because it's been quite a few years, but it's my actual, like, physical condition. And I'm sure you're wondering, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're a young guy, you're in shape. So I've done nothing but physical labor my entire life. From I grew up cutting down trees and running around in the woods when I was like 10 and 12, to I was doing warehouse factory work in high school. This road's a little bumpy, so my voice is going to be all over the place. So, I mean, I went from factory work to loading semis at UPS, and then I decided to do shingles after I dropped out of college, which, you know, that's a whole nother subject there, college. So I shucked shingles for probably a good 5 years. I was laid off a couple of times, did numerous other warehouse jobs, from, you know, shipping and loading mattresses, and, you know, one key thing is I was always one of the smallest guys on staff, but it's like, I was always a strong little spit. You know, that was like a nickname I had at my construction job. Like, I was strong as shit, and I was really proud of that. And you know, at the same time, I fell a lot. I mean, when I was young, I was halfway up a tree taking off the top. I fell 20 foot down right on my back, lost my breath for a couple of minutes, you know, got up, kept going. Oh yeah, he's fine. Funny accident in high school, I fell in the bathtub. I'm not just talking about fell, man. I think I, like, Hulk Hogan slammed this tub without even knowing it.
Hey, look at this.
I broke 4 ribs. Well, I should say cracked 4 ribs and the cartilage, and busted my knee and broke the tub. Yeah. What's even better about that is I went to school for an entire week, went through gym class, carried my 40-pound book bag, still did push-ups and ran, and after a week I told my mom, my side still hurts. And she said, well, maybe we should go check it out. And sure enough, you know, damaged ribs. Into work, you know, I don't even know how many times I fell, especially in college. I did MMA in college, and I mean, I never did actually any real fights, but I got slammed a lot. Like, there's a lot of strenuous activity in that, and you know, I don't know if that has something to do with it, but I'm starting to feel like the older I get, it's like the tiniest things you do while you're young are just amplified the older you get. And I'm slowly starting to learn that, and it's just like funny because a lot of people told me, like, oh, take care of yourself, slow down, like, watch out what you're doing. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I work out all the time, I'm in shape, I eat right, like, I'm a f***ing rock. Like, ain't nothing gonna hurt me unless I like fall off, you know, a building, which ended up fucking happening. When I was doing construction, I fell off a dormer straight on my back onto a roof. Hell, I don't even know how many times I slipped on roofs in the middle of the rain, fell on my back, dropping shingles, and I'm lucky I never actually fell, you know, 20, 30 feet off a roof onto the ground. There was one time where I was yanking plastic wrap off of a skid. Somehow my foot was tangled up in it, yanked it. I swear I did a 180. I yanked this thing so hard, and the next thing I know, I was like landing on the ground at like on my shoulder and on my head. Luckily I was wearing a hard hat, like you should be on a job site. So I landed on the ground, and I was like, oh damn, like, you know, this ain't my first time getting clocked in the head. So I stand up and go down to pick up my helmet. My arm is just, it's completely numb. I was like, crap, did I dislocate it? Did I feel any pain? Like, anything like that? And I slowly felt the feeling coming back. So, you know, and at the time I was still so young, and people asked me, like, oh, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, cool. And it's like, I finally went to a doctor about this, and at first they're like, oh, you've got, you know, curvature in your spine, you have acute sciatica, and that was about 2 years of taking medication, and nothing got better, nothing changed, exercises weren't working. What they were describing, it wasn't right. So I decided to go to another doctor, and he was like, oh, well, we need to do an MRI, like straight up, first thing, do an MRI. Go do the MRI, come back, he's looking at it, and he's like, you know, I'm gonna have to send these out to somebody else to look at, because on my first impressions it looks like you've broken your back before, like you have broken your back. And I was like, is that a thing? Why am I walking? And he said, oh yeah, people can break their back and never know it. And it, you know, it happens. So apparently I've broken my back, and this kind of explains why I don't go on longer trips. It's not really comfortable. After about 45 minutes to an hour of stagnant position, it starts to get really painful. I mean, I still have pains that go up and down my legs. Sometimes my toes tingle. Some days I'll cough and my back will go out. So it's like I gotta play this fine line of physical exertion and rest. Yeah, it's pretty windy this afternoon. That's fun. So I guess that's why the reason why I don't do a lot of long trips. I mean, when Jess rode down to Florida, I really wanted to go, and about a week out we tried to do a longer trip. It was only about an hour away, and you know, I kind of felt stiff going down, but coming back, it was It's kind of like I was getting shanked right in my back, and legs started tightening up. It started getting harder to actually move. So that was kind of like the sign that I can't really do, big long trips like that unless I take a lot of breaks and get off and stretch and stuff. Like that's how I have to do longer trips. I got to take breaks, and that's kind of like what I'm doing with. I mean, I don't know what else to say past that. It is what it is. This is why everybody tells you to take care of yourself when you're young, because later on in life it all becomes amplified, apparently. Well, evidently in my case. The only real positive, I guess, out of all of this is it honestly really did make me slow down in life. Because I am like a worker. Like, I work hard, I work fast, and this condition made me slow down, take a break. I mean, an indefinite break, kind of. And I just have to think about how to do things differently, I can't do things and muscle it all out of my way. I have to actually think about how to do it in a friendly way with my body. And I kind of just appreciate smaller things. Because I don't have much of a choice. I have to slow down, and I can't say mentally it's been easy to get over not doing a lot of things and not joining Jess on long trips, and like I can't even actually lift weights anymore. Like I could never spar anymore. Like there's so many things I can't do, but I guess I gotta look at the positives. I mean, at least I can still walk and function. I can still ride, and there's a lot of other people that can't say the same. So I mean, I gotta be thankful for that at least. When I went through the doctors, what finally made me stop pursuing doctors and seeing if there was a correction for it, because it went on for 3 or 4 years. I mean, 3 or 4 different doctors of different, aptitudes. Was when I went to the final clinic that would actually look at my possible surgery, to go in there, and what they would do is basically take out some of the bone so that I wouldn't feel the nerve pressure, basically, from my spine being contorted from different injuries. Their advice to me, I shit you not, was stop what you're doing that's agitating it and wait for surgery for as long as possible. Because if I get a surgery now, I will have scar tissue that forms. And probably, depending on how well I treat my body then, determines on how fast scar tissue will come back. Or, how much I wear my back out again. And if they have to go back in, they said they would probably want to fuse my spine, and then I would truly lose basically all mobility and function in it. So that's when I finally stopped going to doctors and started doing my own thing, figuring out stretches and workout routines that don't hurt me but also still keep me in strength, and just kind of staying within my limits. Again, I'm thankful for what I have and what I can still do. And I don't know, I mean, not everybody has this problem. I guess I just wasn't built as tough as some other people, unfortunately, as much as I wished and as much as I worked towards. I don't want to leave this vlog on such a low note, and I mean, I don't want to, like, I've talked about this so many times with so many different people. Like, I'm not really sad about it anymore. It is what it is. I've accepted it. I'm moving on. So I guess this is also why I've started so many other different hobbies, So if you've made it this far in the video, I want to thank you guys for watching and listening to my story. And hopefully none of you ever have to experience this, because it was not a pleasant ordeal. And I just really hope none of you ever have to experience it. But until next time, guys, you take it easy, and I will see you next time.